Hi, all my smell good friends. I hope everyone is doing fantastic out there today. So I will apologize ahead of time. I am getting over being sick and I still have a little bit of a raspy voice. You guys, if you've been with me for a little bit, you know that I should tell you what I have for you here today. It's going to be my Wax Empties video. But you guys know that if you've been with me for a little bit, you know that I film my candles. Sometimes I film my candle empties separately because it just coincides with my trash night, and I like to get those larger jars out of my house. Sometimes even before trash night, I just have accumulated a lot and I want to get rid of them. So you will see some rough footage of my candle empties this week. I had already disposed of the candles, so I can't refilm. But I thought I was starting to feel a little better when I filmed that footage. And I realized as I went through the video, I was not feeling better. I sounded awful. I was quite grumpy because I was just feeling miserable. So I will apologize for that now. Hopefully you just take what you can from that footage, if it helps at all. But yeah, I haven't even watched it back yet. I haven't started editing because I'll start editing once I edit this video and insert that. But I think it's going to be rough. I just felt like it was rough when I finished up. So I will apologize. But anyway, guys, like I said, this is my wax empties. Because I was sick, this actually encompasses, I think, about 2 weeks. I've been trying to film my wax empties 1 week after I've used up my stuff. And yeah, I don't know what hit me, guys. Started last Tuesday, which is a week ago today. This is Tuesday, November 26th that I'm filming this. It started last Tuesday. I came down with like a scratchy throat. That's how it always starts, right? Scratchy throat. And then as the night went on, the throat pain got worse. And I knew by the time I went to bed that night, I knew that I was actually sick. It wasn't allergies. It wasn't something else. I was going to be sick. And the next couple of days, my throat was killing me. So yeah, I was not feeling great. Wasn't COVID. Yeah, I spent time sitting on my floor upstairs outside my linen closet, going through all my COVID tests I have accumulated over the last few years, trying to find one that wasn't expired yet. Looking up the extended expiration dates online. Yeah, it was great. When you don't feel well, you don't feel like doing any of that stuff. But that's just how the ball bounces sometimes. And that's how it went. But I am starting to feel better. I'm a week out. And my voice is still a little raspy. I still have sniffles. Still have a little bit of a cough. So I may cough here or there. I'll try to cut whatever I can. But yeah, just hopefully you will bear with me a little bit because my wax is kind of getting out of hand. I will say it could be worse because I was sick. I wasn't smelling things the way that I normally would. Like I said, I didn't have COVID, so I didn't totally lose my sense of smell, but it was greatly reduced, and some things just smelled off. So there will be a few things here I won't be able to comment real heavy on, and I won't comment real heavy anyway because I have so much sitting here that it will take forever for me to film all this, and I do not want to boggle you down with all of that. In fact, I just recently posted an empties video that was over 2 hours long, and I don't want to do that again. So I'm already starting off with a long story. Let's make it all short. Let's get started on this. So if you're interested in seeing what I've got through as far as wax, candles, home fragrance empties for the last 2 weeks, stay tuned. Okay, guys, I will tell you, especially in that candle footage, the brain fog is real. So, yeah, when I'm sick, it gets tons worse. I can't speak. I can't think. I don't make sense, I think, sometimes when I talk. So, again, I apologize for the candle footage. You may get a little bit of it here as I still recoup, but hopefully it's a little better. So we'll start with the miscellaneous items. I literally just have one. I'm close to having a few body care items emptied, but not quite yet. And then I realized that I actually finished some Halloween soaps from Bath & Body Works that I tossed and forgot to talk about them. So apologize for that. But anyway, this is my lone miscellaneous item, another bag of jumbo, super jumbo cotton balls from Target. So get that out of the way. Love those. So now that I have gotten that one little single miscellaneous item out of the way, I'll insert that candle footage and be kind, guys. I was sick. Okay, so we'll start with HomeWorx. I got through Pumpkin Espresso Martini. And this label, oh my gosh, this label is fire. It is the most beautiful fall label. I love the label so much. Truth be told, I probably tried this scent because I love the label so much. So Pumpkin Espresso Martini has notes of espresso coffee, pumpkin spice, brown sugar, and vanilla bourbon. I picked this up from QVC, so I actually have another in my collection. It burned pretty clean. There is some sooting around the top of the jar, but that was closer to when I got to the bottom of the wax. This scent, I will admit, is not a favorite. I do pick up a little bit of that brown sugar and bourbon for sure. And I think that's the part that's making this not a favorite, because I'm not always a fan of brown sugar. And I tend to not pick up scents that have boozy notes. Although I was thinking vanilla bourbon would help, and it does. But honestly, this candle was really light. I burned it in a hurricane the whole time. The hurricane is probably 5-6 feet away from me. If that, I could not smell this. I tried it in different areas. I tried it in a hurricane towards my kitchen area. I could not smell this unless I hovered over it. So I can smell it in the jar. It's not terribly strong when I smell it in the jar, but I do smell it. But yeah, I just could not smell this when I burned it. This is a newer candle. I don't know, these numbers on these days are just not making sense to me. This was just released this year as far as I know, and it starts with a 1. So usually the way HomeWorx are marked, it'll say like an F for fall. You know, it'll have like a letter for the season. And this, I have no idea what it means, but I know the first time I've ever seen it was this year. Pretty sure it was just released on QVC this year. I would not repurchase it just because I couldn't smell it. So I was like, what's the purpose of burning this candle? But I continued to burn it anyway. It gave me ambiance, if you know anything else. Like I said, I do have 2 of them because QVC tends to sell these candles as sets. So I'm going to leave my other one for next year because I have found that helps sometimes. But this one is so incredibly light. I'm not sure how much it will help, but it can't be any worse, that's for sure. So that is Pumpkin Espresso Martini. Unfortunately, gorgeous, gorgeous label. Very, very light scent. If you have this candle and you burned it, let me know. How did you make out with this candle? Did you have any issues with scent, or did it perform for you? But the burn, like I said, was nice and clean. So I guess you can't have it all, right? From Goose Creek, I burned through Campfire Tales. I love this label. So spooky. It's like a spooky gray pumpkin with a eerie face. This doesn't have scent notes on it. This is just like your kind of campfire scent. Like it's a little bit smoky, a little bit amberish, a little bit sweet. I don't know if there's like vanilla or marshmallow or something like that in here. It's not their campfire marshmallow scents. As far as I know, it's not. It's a really nice scent, but this one got dirty on me, as most of my Goose Creek candles do. It got dirty on me fairly early. I did warm it under the crock a few times, but this one, the scent has changed. Yeah, it was really good. Nice smell. A decent throw while burning. Really nice, emberish, vanilla kind of campfire scent. But yeah, once it got dirty, and that tends to happen with my Goose Creek candles. And my Goose Creek candles, I have to, you see how, I don't know if you can tell how short those wicks are. You're going to have to wait. I will be finished in a few minutes. Miss Diva, Jersey. She is on her own schedule. I try to keep the dogs on a schedule when they go out. Jersey's on her own schedule. She just does what she wants. She always has. But yeah, I have to keep those wicks like nubs. Because if I don't, this happens even sooner. So It's the only way I can burn a Goose Creek candle these days. But I love the label. And I love the scent. Just the performance, not so much. And you'll probably... I'm going to start sounding like a broken record as I burn through my Goose Creek candles because it tends to be what happens to me. I do try to warm some of them, but I really like to burn through my candles because I'm not the most patient person, and warming through them, while in theory, is a great idea because it makes your candles last longer. I have so many candles that I don't want them to last longer. I want to get through them. From Bath & Body Works, I got through Pumpkin Apple. And this has scent notes of red delicious apple, fall pumpkin, fresh ground cinnamon, and clove buds. This is just a classic staple from Bath & Body Works. This candle, believe it or not, burned pretty well until it got close near the bottom. I do have a little bit more wax in there than I would like, but I actually finished this off in my candle crock. And so most of the scent is gone. I can just detect it a little bit. But this is your classic pumpkin apple scents. A number of companies have put out a scent like this. SCENTSY included. Wax companies, candle companies that have put out scents like this. Yankee candle has. So most people know what this smells like, but it's just a pumpkin apple scent. And I love it. I like to pick up one every year. So far, Bath & Body Works releases it every year, so I pick up one. Alright, so the next candle I have from Bath & Body Works is actually, I have two of them. I was burning them simultaneously to give me better throw in my open space. They actually have a different name, but they are the same candle. So, first one is Pumpkin Pie. And the second is Pumpkin Vanilla Creme. And these two are, in fact, the same candle. They have the same scent notes. They smell exactly the same. They're the same. So, you know, some years, Bath & Body Works likes to call it Pumpkin Pie. In most recent years, they like to call it Pumpkin Vanilla Creme. So this is creamy pumpkin, vanilla creme, fresh ground nutmeg, and graham cracker crust. This burned okay for this type of jar. This is like that matte type of finish, and I find that candles that are in these type of jars, they burn hot and crazy for me, and I tend to get sooting like crazy on the jars. I tend to get scorch marks. I don't know what it is about these jars, but they keep making them. So I guess no one else is having that problem. But yeah, put them in a candle holder and it's even worse. But it started to get grungy at the bottom, so I ended up finishing off in a candle crock. So you can see the wicks are a bit longer than they should be because, yeah, I poured off the dirty wax, so this looks clean. But yeah, if I had showed you before, I stuck it under a candle crock because you got to get rid of that dirty stuff. I'm sorry, guys. I am sick, so my voice probably sounds off. I don't know where I picked it up from, but last night, it was before I went to bed. I started feeling scratchiness, and I was like, okay, well, I have crazy seasonal allergies that seem to go, even though they're seasonal, they seem to last all year long. And I was like, sometimes it happens. I think I'm getting sick, and I'm not. It's just my allergies. But as the night went on, my throat started to hurt, and I was like, oh, no. So I was like, there's no one at work that's sick, and my daughter's not sick, and they're really the only people I've been around. So I started thinking, I did go to Target on Sunday. It was Sunday morning, yeah. I did go to Target on Sunday, and I started feeling like this Tuesday evening. So I'm thinking I probably picked up something from the shopping cart, or, you know, when you stand in line to check out, I don't know what it is, but people really like to stand on top of you. I'm a bubble kind of person. I don't like people to be in my bubble. Give me space, and I will give you space. Especially since COVID, guys. Like, let's not stand on top of each other. I don't know why people have to be so close. I don't understand it. But, yeah, when you get in a line, I do my best to try to stay apart from people, but people just like to be almost touching you, and I'm not a fan. Call me a bitch. I'm just not a fan of that. Maybe it's my Jersey background. I just don't like it. But I'm thinking either it was the car or someone standing too close to me. And, you know, that's my guess. I mean, I guess it could have come from, like, a bathroom door that a client shared, you know, at work. So I don't know. It could have been anything. Trying to figure it out, it's like impossible. But I'm sick, and I don't know. My throat feels like it's pretty much on fire, so I'm wondering if it's strep. When I go upstairs tonight, I'm going to get a good look at my tonsils, because I have had bouts with tonsillitis every now and then. I don't feel like it's my tonsils, because usually I can taste that infection when they're nasty. I know, TMI. But I'm kind of wondering if it could be strep. I feel like a teeny bit warm, but not super feverish. But anyway, all that to say, I probably sound a little off because I'm sick. So please bear with me. And I do have the brain fog that comes with being sick. I was lucky enough to work from home today because I just didn't want to go to work and spread this. So I worked from home, but trying to concentrate when you don't feel well, it just sucks. But anyway, I don't barely remember what I was saying about this candle, but I will tell you that I love this scent. I absolutely love it. It is the most creamy, yummy, vanilla pumpkin scent. I really, really enjoy this scent. You get that nutmeg and it just makes it. I don't really pick up much pie crust, and this one you can see also got a bit dirty on me. It got down pretty far before it got dirty, so I will take that. I was actually pretty pleased with it. I do think I emptied this a couple of times, and you can see the wicks kind of moved, because, you know, once you get down so far with the wax, those wicks start to move if it melts all the way down, and that was the case. So, like I was saying, I love this scent. So this is a candle that I will continue to pick up as long as Bath & Body Works offers it. I just wish that Bath & Body Works candles performed better. I mean, I can't say they all do, but as far as strength and throw, most of them are pretty decent. I know there's been some issues with recent candles from Bath & Body Works with strength and throw, but for the most part, they do fairly well. But the how they burn the wicks, oh, not a fan. But anyway, that is pumpkin pie and pumpkin vanilla creme. I should have my Gatorade in here. Okay, so from Kringle Candle, I got through, this is called Leaf Peeper. Look at that jar. Is that not gorgeous? So this is Kringle Candle's 3-wick format, and these jars are painted. Their older jars were not painted like this. They had labels, but these are painted, and I love them. They are absolutely stunning when they burn. I posted a short earlier today of this one burning before I finished it off. This one, it's so funny. The wax looks dirty in here right now, but I think it's because in my short, if you check it, the wax is still very clean. On my last burn, it was very clean. But I think I let this burn longer than I should have for that last burn, and that's when the wax got a bit dirty. But that is not typical. This is the 100% soy wax. So this tends to stay very clean. Like I said, if you check out my short, you can see how clean it was before I started this last burn. But it didn't affect the scent. This is actually almost scentless because I did let it burn on that last burn so long. And if you can see, the wicks are very close together because on the last burn, the wax had melted all the way through. And so the wicks started to migrate because the glue gets so hot, it melts and the wicks start to move. So the wicks started to migrate. So one of them got really close to the edge of the jar and I noticed it. So I moved them all kind of towards the center because I was just enjoying how beautiful this looked burning across my room, that I just didn't want to stop enjoying it. And I was working and it was right in front of me. So I would get up every now and then, check the wicks, make sure they had not migrated again to make sure it stayed safe, and they were fine. I wouldn't recommend for you to keep burning your candle if the wicks have started to migrate and you're not able to keep a close eye on it. But because I was okay. But that is finished. I am going to keep this jar because I love it. I like to use these to dump wax into. I also like to use these to put like vendor wax or like wax melts into my crock. So I'll put it into a jar like this, or even cut up a Bath & Body Works candle or any other company's candle and put it in a jar like this. And guys, I realize I am sounding horrible. Anyway, love that. So that's Leaf Peeper.
This is one of those nights where it's trash night and I am recording my candles separate than when I'm going to do my empties. I was hoping to do my empties tonight too, but this voice is sounding so bad that I don't want to keep recording like that because I'm sure that will drive some of you insane listening to my crocodile raspy voice. So I'm going to wrap this piece up and I will insert it in my empties video when I'm feeling better, my voice sounds better, and I'm able to get that filmed. But in the meantime, I hope everyone has a great day. Bye-bye. You guys, I'm just not feeling well. I just realized I didn't even talk about this scent. So this is Dewy Greens, Crisp Green Apple, Peach Slices, Cloves, Cinnamon, Autumn Acorns, Lakeside Woods, Tonka Bean and Musk. Kringle Candle tends to list every single scent note. And honestly, I really wish that they would just stick to the basics because sometimes it's really hard to tell what you think a candle might smell like before you order it. And Kringle, the flag store, is all the way up Massachusetts. I'm all the way down in Virginia, so I'm not going to the store to do a sniff test. So, you know, most of your buys are blind. So I kind of wish they would just, or at least do like HomeWorx is doing now, where they just kind of have like, you know, the main scent notes, kind of what the candle is going to smell like. But then they also list the other scent notes so you know that you may be smelling some of that in there. That I wouldn't mind, but I'd be just fine. Like, even what Bath & Body Works does, just the main scent notes, I'd be fine with that. But Kringle is my favorite candle company, so I'm not going to complain too much. But this scent basically smells like Bath & Body Works leaves, but a less harsh, a more subdued version. And I personally love this version better. I always thought for years I actually loved the Bath & Body Works candle leaves, but I actually don't love it that much after all. But I do really like this. I do like this more. To me, it's prettier. Like I said, it's more subdued. It's less astringent to my nose. There is something just harsh about leaves to my nose, and I just can't take it after so long. So if you are looking for a less harsh version of leaves, and maybe you love leaves, and that's fine too. A lot of people do. But if you're looking for a less, a more subdued version of leaves, this would be your candle. I will say the throw on this, it was kind of around a medium, almost borderline going down to light medium, but I could definitely smell it when I entered the room. But I would have been fine if it was just a little bit stronger, but not on, the same page as leaves from Bath & Body Works, because that's a candle that's very strong. And I forgot to mention Strength and Throw on Pumpkin Pie. It was a good medium. I could smell it. I was burning it on the dining room table nearby me. I could smell it in the room. I did have 2 of them going, so that helped. Not super strong, but the scent is beautiful, and I could definitely detect it in the air. So, yeah, I would recommend Pumpkin Pie for sure, and I would definitely recommend Leaves from Kringle Candle. And, yeah, it was a good candle week. Okay, guys, so that'll do it for my candles that I got through. Let's get started on my retail wax. Got a number of retail wax items here. Again, we're talking about like 2 weeks. So, start with Kringle Candle. I got through Leaf Peeper. And I won't pull up scent notes except for the SCENTSY stuff because I literally have the scent notes to all this. But unless the scent notes are on the packaging, I'm not going to pull it because, again, it'll take a really long time. This, if you've watched my candle footage, you know that this, because I just burned the candle recently, this smells like a version of Bath & Body Works that's less harsh, less astringent to my nose. It's an absolute beautiful leaf scent, and I will pick this up as long as Kringle offers it. I do think a lot of their formats of this are sold out right now, so I hope they continue to keep it as part of the lineup. I think it was released last year, I believe, as part of the fall lineup. So you never know with Kringle. They do discontinue fragrances all the time, but I hope they keep it. So I did enjoy it. That is Leaf Peeper. From Better Homes and Gardens, I got through Spiced Pumpkin Pie. And this is pumpkin, nutmeg, cinnamon, clove, molasses, and pastry crust scent notes. It's exactly what it is. It's just a really nice spiced pumpkin pie. It was not overly strong. I did pick it up last year, so it could be due to age.
ScentSationals Honeycrisp Cider. And on the packaging it says Taste of the Country. That's all it says. But it's literally a Honeycrisp cider fragrance. Very nice. I enjoyed this. I would definitely pick this up again. So that's Honeycrisp Cider. And you can get ScentSationals, by the way, at Walmart, as well as at Better Homes and Gardens. Tuscany candle, I warmed through pumpkin frosting. And I find these at my local Harris Teeter, but I know that Kroger carries them as well. And I think some other grocery stores. So this is pumpkin spice cupcake. And this was delicious. Absolutely delicious. That's exactly what it smells like. A yummy pumpkin bakery scent with a bit of an icing topping. I loved it. That was pumpkin frosting. I would definitely pick it up again. From Yankee, I melted through a wax melt single of pumpkin banana scone. Yankee no longer sells these single wax melts, but the ones I have in my collection, if you notice, these have a little hole in them. It's a little smell hole so that when they would sell them in the store, you could smell the fragrance through the hole. I'm finding that every one of these I have in my collection, I'm like getting absolutely no throw from. So I don't know if the scent has kind of seeped through that little hole or what the deal is, but you know, Yankee's not the best throw anyway, so who knows. But I do love me some pumpkin banana scone, and I'm actually working on a candle in the same scent, and the candle is throwing wonderfully. So don't be afraid of that scent. If it's something you want to try, the candles throw fine, at least in that scent. Not all Yankee candles do, but that scent does pretty well. All right, the rest of my retail wax here is Goose Creek. I have been working on my Goose Creek items. So I went through two. These are from different years, so different packaging. Sweet banana bread. There's the second. And this is just a yummy, delicious banana bread bakery. I'm actually working on a candle right now too. It's throwing great. It's in Goose Creek's old form with the color wax and the clear jars with like the stock photos. I actually think I get better performance out of those candles than the newer versions, but I really like this, so this would be a repurchase. Absolutely, it throws well, and it's a good banana bakery. Slightly artificial, but I don't mind that. Also got through Campfire Marshmallow. And this is basically Goose Creek's dupe for Bath & Body Works Marshmallow Fireside. I do think this is a little bit sweeter version, but it does throw a little lighter than Bath & Body Works candles. So Bath & Body Works wins there, but it's a nice, yummy, sweet scent. It would do great in the bedroom. This is a favorite. So this is Leaves Falling and Marshmallows Roasting. And this is just a great, yummy, ooey gooey, marshmallowy, apple, smoky scent. It's so good. I stocked up on this scent because I love it so much. So you will see this in my empties a bit. And then last from Goose Creek, I warmed through Carrot Cake Pop. Now, I have warmed through in the past. I haven't seen it offered lately as far as wax melts. And I feel like Goose Creek is kind of decreasing on their wax melts. But I have warmed their carrot cake. I think it was carrot cake. Sweet carrot cake, carrot cake. I think I'm getting Bath & Body Works and Goose Creek mixed up. I think Goose Creek is just called carrot cake. The wax melts were delicious. So I thought this would smell similar, especially since they weren't offering a carrot cake anymore. But this really didn't. It really smelled different. And I didn't love it. I guess it was the mixture of it's kind of like a vanilla cake pop mixed in there with the carrot cake. I wasn't a huge fan. And unfortunately, I have a couple more of these in my stash. So I don't know. Maybe when I come around to spring and I'm burning my Bath & Body Works candle, I'll pull them out. But for right now, I'm in no hurry. And that'll do it for my retail wax. Let's move on to what SCENTSY I got through. Okay, so the first bar I got through was Apple and Oats. And this is scent notes of, and I have my iPad out, so I apologize for any glare on my glasses. But that way I can share the scent notes with you. So this is scent notes of rich buttery oats, caramelized apple, warm hints of cinnamon. So when I first got this bar, I thought, this smells amazing. But this has definitely changed with time. And that caramelized apple has become more caramelized with time. And it's not quite as oaty as it was when I first smelled it. So when I first smelled this, I was like, oh my gosh, I need more of this in my life. But unfortunately, by the time I picked it up, it was already a scent that SCENTSY had retired. But after letting it sit for a while, I've had this bar since 2022. After letting it sit for a while, didn't smell quite as good as I remembered. So I would definitely pick this bar up again if SCENTSY brought it back, because I'd like to see what a fresh bar smells like. But as far as an aged bar, I didn't love it. So that is apple and oats. And I do usually love scents like that. So that was kind of surprising to me. I have noticed that some of the SCENTSY wax, after it sits for a while, and I guess that can happen with any wax, after it sits for a little bit, sometimes the smell really changes. Apple and cinnamon sticks. And this is apple peel, spiced white pumpkin, and a touch of oak. I was so excited about the white pumpkin note in this. But I get a lot of the oak. I know it says touch, but I get a lot of it. This is just a little bit too woodsy for me. I literally thought this was just going to be an apple cinnamon scent, like apple and cinnamon sticks, but it's quite woodsy and not a favorite. Strong though. It was strong. It performed very well, and it went on. It had longevity for sure. Banana nut bread. And this is ripe bananas, nuts, and spices. I absolutely love this scent, but I will tell you, I kept these bars. I have a number of them. I don't remember how I got them, maybe possibly on the black market. It was definitely past the time SCENTSY still had these available, but it could have been in one of their flash sales. I don't remember. But definitely past the time SCENTSY would have had them available as part of their catalog. I loved it. I warmed it. I loved it at that time. But after letting these sit, they have lost so much of their scent. So, you know, let that be a lesson learned. Don't hold on to your scents. Enjoy them, because they don't all age well. And this bar definitely did not. I have 4 more bars of this. And I even warmed it in my bathroom, and it's so light. So I am praying that it comes back as part of Bring Back My Bar that's coming in January. Not sure why SCENTSY hasn't released the winner's names yet. I need to check my workstation. But last I checked, they had not. But I'm praying it makes it, because I really want to get some fresh bars. So that's banana nut bread. In the beginning, I loved it, but it has greatly lost its scent. Does not cure well. Next up is cinnamon pine cones. This is Pinecones, fir, balsam, branches, and cinnamon stick. I love this. It's a great performer. It's very strong. You get very sweet pine cone, a sweet tree. You get that cinnamon. It's just beautiful. I love it. Great performer, like I said. And this one will go back in my club at the end of the season, because I need to keep having that in my life. Next up is Ginger Cookie Crunch. And this is scent notes of crystallized ginger, crushed nutmeg, and vanilla bean. I love how this bar smells on cold. It's so vanilla heavy on cold. And I've watched others talk about their warm reviews of this bar, and most people, like the general consensus is, people love this bar, and they don't get a lot of the ginger, but I get a lot of the ginger when I warm it. So I had great hopes for this, because I did not like that frosted ginger cookie that came out in the last Bring Back My Bar. So when I smelled this on cold, I was like, oh, this is going to be fabulous. Yeah, I didn't like it. So that's Ginger Cookie Crunch. I thought this was going to be a club contender, but it's not. And it was not overly strong, but what I did get from it, I just didn't care for. I also warmed through Honey Pear Cider. And this is Juicy Pear, Honey, and Subtle Spices. This was nice. I'm not always a huge fan of pear scents, but this was a nice, authentic, kind of syrupy smelling pear, and I enjoyed it. So that's Honey Pear Cider. Not overly strong. I warmed it in my kitchen. I had it in SCENTSY warmers. I usually do my SCENTSY and SCENTSY warmers, because sometimes my hot plates are a little too hot for the really soft wax. So I usually do them in SCENTSY warmers, but I just wish it was a little stronger. I did put a couple of cubes in my bathroom to try it out in there as well, and it kind of performed the same. So I don't think it mattered where I warmed it. It was just a lighter scent. And again, it could have been H. I've had that bar for a while, so let me see if it says how long I've had it. Actually, it says I picked it up this year, so I'm sure, because that's not a scent that's available anymore, I'm sure I probably picked it up in a flash sale and it had been sitting at SCENTSY headquarters for a while. So, same thing, right? Now, speaking of aged bars, I warmed through Marshmallow Mint Cocoa. And this has scent notes of, get it open here, hot chocolate, marshmallow, and peppermint. I picked this up in a flash sale, and I picked up 4 bars. I totally wish I had picked up more. This was so strong and so delicious. I love peppermint hot cocoa scents, especially creamy peppermint hot cocoa scents. That's exactly what this was. I could kill myself for only getting 4 bars. Really wish I got more. If I see it in the sale again, I will definitely pick it up. But I loved it. Marshmallow Mint Cocoa. Like I said, I love scents like this. And this did not disappoint. I'm so glad I have 3 more bars to enjoy. And I'm going to work on warming those this winter because I'm afraid if I keep them too long, that could change. Okay, the next bar I warmed through was from the Disney Signature Treats collection. This is Disney Mickey Mouse Cinnamon Bun Bash. That is a title and a half. So this is baked pastry dough, sweet cinnamon, and drizzle vanilla glaze. I had high hopes for this, but I don't love it. There is some kind of funny note in this. I don't know what it is. But you know, I did not really care for Frosted Cinnamon Roll either, and it's giving me that same vibe. So I'm not surprised, I guess. But yeah, there's that. Not going in my club. I will be honest, I was not a huge fan of this entire collection. There was one bar that I really loved. I can't remember the name of it, but it's that fruity hazelnut one, like the waffle one. Fruity Hazelnut Waffle Delight might have been the name. That bar rules. I love it. That's going in my club. Already in my club. But the rest of them, I don't need them. Picked them all up, but I don't need more. If you warm through that collection, let me know what your favorites are and, you know, what you think of that collection. Also warm through Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl. This is fresh pumpkin, cinnamon stick, and whipped icing. I know a lot of people love this bar, and I like it. It's enjoyable, and I do like to pick it up every now and then, but this isn't something that I feel like I need in my life. It's a nice, sweet pumpkin, slightly cinnamonish, kind of a cinnabon roll, kind of like that kind of scent without the dough note. But yeah, I could give or take. So I will pick this up every now and then. But if SCENTSY pulled it from the line, I would be fine. So that's Pumpkin Cinnamon Swirl. This was a winner, guys. This was Spiced Ember Glow. And I do believe I picked this up as part of like a bundle or something in a flash sale. And I have 2 of them. I now have 1. Wish I had more. This is smoked apple, toasted vanilla, and cinnamon embers. It smells as good as it sounds. It's really kind of in the realm of that Goose Creek scent I got, except for this is a bit smokier. But smoky in a good way. I don't like overly smoky scents. This warmed at a good medium. It was strong enough. I wouldn't even have hurt if it was a little bit stronger. But I loved it. It was just a yummy, smoky, toasty apple scent. And I absolutely loved it. I wish I could get more. So that's Spiced Ember Glow. If this shows up in a Bring Back My Bar vote, vote for it, guys. It's so good. Pumpkin Cashmere. And this is warm cinnamon, pumpkin, and cashmere woods. This scent, I had debated on whether or not to put it in my club when it first was released. I believe it was a scent of the month last year. And I wasn't going to do it because it was very light. And I know I've talked about this in a prior Empties video, so if you've seen that video, I apologize. I'm repeating myself. But then I warmed it next to me one night, and I was like, this is so beautiful. I love it. I was getting that yummy pumpkin scent, slight bit of body care, but not too much. And it was just yummy to me. So I decided to club it. And then, you know, it's a seasonal bar, so I have not been warming it for a bit, so I've collected a few bars. Now it's been sitting for a bit. This is like quite strong. It's performing quite well. Unfortunately, the scent isn't what I remember it to be. So I don't know if my nose has changed or the scent has changed over time. But this has become very fleshy pumpkin to me. I do still get some of that body care note, and it's pretty. But this has become such fleshy pumpkin to me, like the raw pumpkin guts flesh part, that I am not loving it so much anymore. So I have a few more bars in my collection, but this is going to get the boot from my club so I can make room for other things. Next up, salted caramel toffee. This is sweet salted caramel, melted toffee, and butterscotch. This is actually a bar that I've had since 2022. So it's been sitting for a while. I am not overly big on caramel. It's not really caramel apple, but I'm not big on like caramel apple or overly caramel scents. And this has got a lot of caramel going on in the sense of like toffee and butterscotch are pretty closely related to caramel. But this was okay. I actually enjoyed it. Do I need it in my club? No. If SCENTSY pulled it, would I miss it? No. But I actually enjoyed it. It was a nice caramel, buttery toffee scent, and I actually liked it. So salted caramel toffee. May even pick up another bar, but you know, there's so many other bars out there. I'll say warm through warm pumpkin drizzle. This is warm cloves, pumpkin, and a drizzle of maple syrup. This bar is delicious. I absolutely love it. I really don't pick up a lot of the clove. I get a spiciness about it. And it's clove, but it's at a very low volume, if that makes sense. Like the clove is there. You can tell it's a spice, but it's not overly clove. Because I can be sensitive to a lot of clove, and I do not like clove that smells like, you know, if you have a toothache and you put that clove oil on your tooth to help with the pain. Yeah, if it smells like that, forget it. This is just a beautiful pumpkin spice pumpkin scent with a little bit of sweetness of that maple. It literally smells like, it kind of smells like a topping, like the whole scent is a topping, like a pumpkin maple topping. And I really liked it. I do think I have at least another bar in my collection. I do think that was another, I was starting to get through some older scents. I do think that was another flash sale purchase, but I like it. And I decided to warm through this scent because I recently picked up a couple of bricks before I've even warmed it. This is Walnut Raisin Muffin. This one was a little juicy. So I picked up the bricks because they were only $6 in a recent flash sale. And I thought, I mean, how can I go wrong if I don't like it? I mean, $6, that's not going to break the bank. So this is Oven Baked Muffin, Cinnamon, Golden Raisins, and Walnuts. You guys know that I've mentioned before, I don't love nutty blends, but I do like walnut and I do like pecan. So I don't really love almond. I don't really love pistachio. I recently melted some vendor wax with cashew and I kind of liked it. But I do like walnut. I have vanilla walnut in my club and I like it. This was delicious. I absolutely loved it. You got the sweetness of the raisin. You got the bakery note from the muffin. You got that walnut scent, so the nuttiness of the walnut. It was just delicious. So I'm really glad I liked it. It performed decent. I would say it was a good medium. It lasted into the next day with no problem. So I'm kind of really glad that I liked it because I'm definitely getting my $6 worth. But I did pick up 2 bricks, so I'm getting my $12 worth. But happy to have more of that. And then the last 2 bars I have here are actually not Empties. I just didn't love these bars. So we will talk about them because I'm going to destash the rest of this because, yeah, each one. Well, one I used 2 pieces and one I used 1. So the first one is a new bar this year. Was this? I think this is part of the holiday collection, I believe. This is Winter Twilight. And it does get an award for the most beautiful colored wax. Like, you don't see that color from SCENTSY that often. That's gorgeous. So this is crisp mint, lemon peel, and warm amber. Just from the scent notes alone, I was a bit unsure about it. But it came as part of the collection. But this, to me, is very perfumey cologne-y. very much so. So you get that amber quite a bit. And I do pick up the mint and I do pick up the lemon, but it's just not my scent vibe. It was strong though, so if that does sound like your scent vibe, it was strong. I didn't take it into my next day, the second day, because I just wanted it out of my warmer. But like I said, I just did 1 cube. I did it in a small space and it was quite strong, but I don't need any more, so I'll be letting that go. And then the last scent I melted was Gingerbread Donut. And I picked up a number of bars of this. Not a ton, but I think like 4 bars of it in a sale. So this is Gingerbread Spiced Donut and Vanilla Bean. Sounded amazing. It's not. I don't know why this bar smells like celery to me. I usually only get celery when I smell like a caramel apple scent. But I don't like it. It smells like celery, like cooked celery. And it smelled like that when I put it in my warmer. I put 2 pieces in my bathroom. I did not like it. So don't need more of that. And I'll be stashing the 3 bars that I have left and this one. So yeah, so that was my Scentsy week. I'm sorry I didn't spend a whole lot of time discussing what I was getting out of these because, you know, I'm still recouping, not feeling 100% still. But mainly I am trying to keep this video under wraps so it won't be too awfully long. But that is my Scentsy. Of course, you guys, if you ever have any questions about something I warmed, feel free to comment below. I would absolutely be happy to answer them. So if I don't go over something that you are wondering about, curious about, yeah, reach out to me. You can even email me. I am a Scentsy consultant. So if you ever have questions about Scentsy, always feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to. And that's for vendor wax too. If you have any questions and I didn't discuss something in one of my videos that you may be wondering about, reach out to me. I'm happy to answer to the best of my ability. All right, guys. So like I said, let's get started on the vendor wax. I have a lot of it. But I could have, like I said, done so much worse. I mean, there were times I just really wasn't melting because I was like, I'm just wasting my wax because I'm not getting it at its full potential. So I got a little bit of everything here. Let's see. I got some plastic pieces. I got some clams. I'm trying to keep them together for the most part. Let's see. I'm gonna try to put the ones in front that have the weird pieces too. So that way I can get those out of the way. Or at least I'll try to remember them. Oh my gosh, there's just so many here. So I'm gonna, again, go through these kind of quickly. I won't spend a ton of time on them, but like I said earlier, if you have any questions about a certain scent that I talk about here, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to answer any questions or comment further. So first I warmed through from That Smell Good shop. This is a customer blend. This is Fraser Fir, Cashmere Cream, and Strawberry Pound Cake. I know you guys will think I'm crazy, but I've talked about this before. I don't have the greatest luck when it comes to performance from That Smell Good shop. But when it comes to customer blends, for some reason, I don't know if it's a specific ones I've chosen, they tend to perform well for me. I don't know why that is. And this, case in point. So Fraser Fir says smells just like a Christmas tree. Cashmere Cream is velvety cashmere, vanilla, and white tea. And Strawberry Pound Cake is fresh strawberry and velvety pound cake. This was beautiful. I absolutely loved it. You got the Strawberry Pound Cake. You got the tree. You got the sweetness, slightly body care-ish part from the Cashmere Cream. It was just delicious. I absolutely loved it. If I was purchasing from That Smell Good shop, because I'm just like slowing my roll on this vendor because nothing against this vendor. Most people have great performance, but I just don't. So it doesn't make sense for me to keep purchasing it. But if I was, I would definitely pick that up again. I love that. Bubby, come here, boy. Domino. What are you doing? Can you come sit with me where I can see you? Mr. Domino had an accident in the house yesterday, which is very unlike him. Huh. Very unlike you. So I'm keeping a close eye on him. From, what is this called? The Bathing Garden. I couldn't remember for a second. The Bathing Garden, I warmed through Maddest of Them All. And I don't have the scent notes. the Bathing Garden doesn't put their scent notes on their stuff. But this to me came across to me as kind of a laundry scent. And fruity. So I don't know if that's really what it is. But it was like a fresh, fruity, almost laundry-esque scent. So, like I said, I don't know if that's what it was, but that's how it smelled to me. So, maddest of them all. This obviously is part of her Alice in Wonderland collection. Hi, buddy. From Zape, and I do have a couple of odds and ends from Zape. I warmed through a clamshell of pumpkin bread. And this is sweet pumpkin and buttery spice cake. I was looking so forward to this. I put in 3 cubes in my bedroom, and I could barely smell it. So I put the other 3 cubes in, and I could smell it, but it was light. But I don't blame it on this wax. I was sick during that time, and I think I just was not picking it up like I should be. I do have another clam, so I will report again when I'm in better shape to melt this, but I will get into it again. So that is pumpkin bread. And then, oh my gosh, this was so good. This is Happy Camper. And this is toasted marshmallow crunchy waffle cone. I warmed this before I got sick. This was so good. You get the bakery note from the waffle cone, but you get like this kind of a smoky, ooey gooey marshmallow scent. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I love this so much. I went back in for another clam. All the clams were sold out. So she did still have it in like shapes. I think it was like a bar kind of shape. So I bought 3 more of them because, yeah, I need more of that in my life. And this would be a scent, even though this is part of her Halloween fall collection, this would be a scent that I could totally do all through winter. Delicious. And last from Zape, I warmed through cotton-headed Ninny Muggins from the Elf movie. So this is apple cider donuts, vanilla cookies, spiced cranberry, and orange peel. I got this in a D-stash, and I've had this since last March. And I do think I have another one that I bought directly from Zape last year. This is my kind of scent, but again, my nose just was not up to par. And so, yeah, I kind of think I wasted my melt on this. I could smell it lightly. So I did not lose all of my sense of smell. But I just wasn't getting it, I think, at its full performance. Because I do think this would not have been light. It's just not a scent that sounds like it would have been. So I will warm my second one. And again, report back. Thank goodness I have more. But, you know, guys, after I went through this so often, I decided, yeah, I'm going to cut my wax melting a little bit. Because I'm not getting anywhere with it. But that is cotton-headed Ninny Muggins. From Super Tarts, I melted through Flag Cake. And it was so weird as I was sick. It was like my nose was going back and forth. One day, I could kind of smell, and things smelled great. Case in point, I was sick when I melted this, but I loved it. And then the next day, I couldn't smell anything. Or I would smell things in the morning, but couldn't smell them in the afternoon. And it was just like, it was so frustrating. So, did I say this is from Super Tarts? This is from Super Tarts, if I didn't. This is mixed berries, vanilla bean, buttercream, and birthday cake. This was really yummy. Again, even though I could smell it and I enjoyed it and really loved it, I think it would have been even stronger if I wasn't sick. But it did its thing. This was her brick, so 6 pieces. I did all 6 pieces in my open space while I was sick. And it did its thing. So I would pick that up again. I really enjoyed it. I do think I would probably warm something like this closer to like spring and summer. But I loved it. So that is Flag Cake. I think I pulled it from, obviously, almost everything I pulled was from my wax challenge. So I think it was for Veterans Day or something like that. From Rainbow Melts, I warmed through a sample of Birchie. And this is white birch, tonka, sandalwood, citrus, fir needle, warm spices, and bonfire embers. This was really nice, and it was really strong. I put this in my candle crock in a small bedroom. It performed very well. It is predominantly woodsy, but I really enjoyed it. I almost wish that citrus would have came out a little bit more, and that tree would have came out a little bit more. But I liked it, so that is Birchie. Performed well. From Salt Mountain Melts, I warmed through apple crumble pie. This was in a souffle. This is warm apple slices, flaky pie crust, buttery crumb topping, cinnamon and vanilla ice cream. This was really nice. I enjoyed it. I don't think I need more, but I did like it. On cold, I wasn't so sure because I felt like that apple note was kind of astringent to my nose. It's a bit sharp. But on warm, it kind of mellowed out. The other notes came out, and I actually enjoyed it. So I may pick it up in the future, but, you know, it's kind of hard to get scents from Salt Mountain Melts because her lists are kind of small. And so things sometimes don't come back around for a bit. So if I was going to order from her, I probably would pick something else that I wanted more. But I did enjoy it. Apple crumble pie. And when it comes to apple pie oil, I really like Rose Girls. And I like Britta's too. So those would be the vendors I'd probably stick to as far as like apple pie scents. From Southbound, I warmed through marshmallow bread. This was in one of her wax cakes, which is like a souffle. This was marshmallow frosted zucchini bread. This, guys, this was delicious. Oh my gosh. It was such a sweet vanilla zucchini bread. Oh my gosh. I couldn't believe it. It just sounds so simple. And it went and it went and it went and it was so strong. Oh my gosh. That's definitely on my repurchase list. So marshmallow bread. If you like zucchini bread, you must try it. It's so good, guys. It's so good. From Harper James, I warmed through Oh Snap. And this is gingerbread, coffee bean, and sweet pastries. This was a little light, but I think it may have been. I picked this up in her spring cleaning event where she gave away free wax. And so we don't know how old it is. Does it have a date? It does have a date. October 2023. Huh, interesting. But again, I warmed it through the week that I was sick, so I may have thought it was light, and it wasn't as light because it's kind of unusual for coffee blends to be light. But I do feel like a number of the coffee blends that I've warmed from Harper James have been on the lighter side. I can smell them, and they're fine. They perform okay, but they're not super strong, which sometimes is a good thing. So that's Oh Snap. Don't know that I need more, but I want to say I may have another brownie bag in my collection. From Glitterati, I warmed through Jumpin' Jacks. And this was in one of Janine's snap bars. So this is Country Berry Hotcakes, Black Raspberry Vanilla, Lou's Bakery, which I don't remember what's in, but it's a popular blend, and cake batter. This was quite yummy. Just a yummy, smells like blackberry pancakes without the maple syrup, and I really enjoyed it. This did a good medium in my open space, so I probably should have done a snap bar of this size in a smaller like bedroom. My bedroom would have been fine, but yeah, I tried it. I pushed its limits, but it was good. I could still smell it. Oh, this one was really good. Also from Glitterati, Our Happy Place. This was a souffle. I did the whole souffle in my open space in hot plates. And I might have put it in 1 or 2 tea lights. So this is pumpkin oatmeal, toasted vanilla sugar, and Be Thankful type, which I think is a Bath & Body Works type. This was poured in August of 2023. This was so delicious. This was a banger. Oh my gosh. It was so strong, so delicious. Such a good pumpkin bakery scent. Oh my gosh. And again, I won't go deep into what I was smelling on a lot of these because I don't want this video to be overly long. But again, I've mentioned it several times now. If you have questions, just ask me. But this is definitely a repurchase. So that is Our Happy Place. So good. Kind of sticking my favorites to the side so I don't have to go searching for them all at the end when I decide to pick my favorites. From Dessa's Homespun Scents, I warmed through a tile of November Vibes. This is Cider Lane, Outdoor Leaves, Cedarwood, Amber, Sandalwood, and Toasted Marshmallows. This was just a little bit too earthy for me. It was nice. It actually smells prettier on cold than I thought it did on warm. It performed decent. This I picked up December 2023. I had it in a candle crock in a small bedroom, but it's just a bit too earthy for me, so I would not pick it up again. And I'm not huge in Cider Lane, although I can take it in some blends. I also did Fireflies. And this is Roasted Marshmallow, Cedarwood, Damp Night Air, and Campfire. This was not a favorite, but that is just personal scent preference. Yeah, this was just a little bit too damp woodish for me. So I would not pick that up again. Out of the two, I definitely like November Vibes better. But, you know how it goes. From the Pharmacist's Daughter, I warmed through a sample of Raspberry Delight. And this, I have the scent notes on this somewhere because I have a full size. But it's just basically a yummy, I think probably raspberry jam because that's how it's smelling to me. And I'm guessing some kind of cream note, like a vanilla or a sweetened creamy or something like that. And who knows what else. It could have lemon or something in it. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was more like a summer blend. So I would save my full-size one for the summer for sure. I'm just trying to get through some of my samples because I have a lot. But I have a lot of summer samples. So I don't know why I don't have so many fall-winter ones. But I guess they're not cured enough yet. I don't know. Also from the Pharmacist's Daughter, I warmed through Fall Vibes. This wax was so beautiful. It was like a pretty pastelish but neon green. This is apple, cinnamon, cloves, and roasted pine cones. This was nice. It's kind of almost like a SCENTSY's Jack's Obsession with pine cones mixed in. I like this, but it was not super strong. And again, I can't remember when I melted this. I can't remember if I melted this the week before I was sick or this was right as I was getting sick. So I'd probably try it again just because I like all those notes. But yeah, sorry guys. I know I'm not the best on reporting this week, but we'll get into them again, I promise. So from Britta's, I warmed through Don't Open Dead Inside. And I want to say, so this was definitely from her event, her Halloween event. And I know that there was 2 scents that got mixed up. And I think this was one of them. Because this is cappuccino, apple butter, caramel, and cupcakes at Tiffany's. But I'm pretty sure that's not what this scent was. Yeah, that's not what this scent was. This was definitely one of the mix-ups. This is like a really beautiful tree scent. So I think this had her, what's it called? Snow Witch? I think it's called Snow Witch. I think it might have had that in it, which is kind of like a frozen tree scent. I enjoyed this. This was good. So I would get it again, but under its right name, which is, if I can find it, I'll post it above. So that was good. Really did enjoy that. And I did enjoy the original scent that is named on that label too. Also from Britta's, I did Doll Graveyard. This was in a ghosty. This is Count Chocula, Mrs. Claus Cookies, and Whipped Cream. This, I mostly got the Count Chocula, which is a scent oil that Britta's not able to get right now. But I like it. I like Count Chocula. The cereal, I actually have some in my cabinet right now because I pick it up every Halloween. But I enjoyed it. Don't know if I need more because there's just so many other scents from Britta's that I love more. But I did like that. And it performed stellar, as her wax always does. Also did Killer Kiss. This is Jelly Donuts, Vanilla Ice Cream, Frankenberry, and Cake Batter Fudge. This was delicious. Yeah, that strawberry, like that Frankenberry note, which is like strawberry cereal. So it's like Count Chocula, but the strawberry version. You really get that in here. That's another oil that Britta can't get. But she fussed with this blend a little bit, and she added like some other kind of strawberry oil to it. And I picked that up too. And I haven't warmed it, but on cold it smells fabulous. Yeah, this is good. This is definitely a repurchase. Really love the creaminess that Cake Batter Fudge and that vanilla ice cream brought to this. And that Jelly Donut, you could definitely pick that up. This was delicious. So Killer Kiss, definitely a repurchase for me. From Teddy Bees, I warmed through Fall Signature Sugar Cookie. This is sweet sugar, buttery shortbread, buttercream frosting, vanilla sugar cookie dough blended with berry waffle cone. So I honestly did not have high hopes for this because I do not love berry waffle cone. And I could definitely pick up that berry waffle cone on cold. But I really enjoyed this. So I would definitely pick this up again. That was Fall Signature Sugar Cookie. It performed okay. So yeah, I would pick it up again. Cider Cookies. And this is apples, cake donut, cinnamon, caramel, and sugar cookies. This I really enjoyed. It smelled just like what the notes say. It performed well. I would definitely pick that up again if Tiffany reported it. There's some drama going on in the Teddy B's board today. Whew. Actually, I guess it started yesterday, but there was some remarks on there. I was like, whoa. People is not happy about the shipping time, but it is what it is. I'm getting my order kind of late too. I'm waiting for mine. I think it's supposed to be here by Friday. So I'm hoping it definitely arrives by Friday so I can smell my smells before the RTS. I kind of like it when they arrive a little bit early so they can sit, because how they smell when I first smell them, when I first open the box, tends to be different than how they smell when I smell them a few days later. They have time to sit. They come up to room temperature. It's just different. And a lot of times it's for the better. So I don't know. But I mean, I don't care. I will still go into her RTS because a lot of times we blind buy anyway. So I will just, you know, I'm watching videos. I'm catching up on other YouTubers who got their Teddy B's. And I'm getting some scent preferences from them. And I will just go on that. But I don't plan to go in on the RTS very heavy, because I went heavy on this pre-order. And I don't need to go heavy. I really don't. From Second and Spruce, I warmed through Princess Consuela Banana Hammock. And this is banana bread, zucchini bread, sugar cookie royale. She has initials, so I'm trying to figure out what these are. Cinnamon sugar donuts, and pecans. And this was poured in February of 2024. This was delicious. Amazing. The bomb diggity. Oh my gosh, it was so good. It performed so well, as Erica's wax always does. I love Banana Bakery. This was super authentic. I do think I have a tub of this because when I ordered it, I just knew I was going to love it. So I have more, but I hope Erica pours it again, because whatever amount I have in my collection, it's not enough. It's so good. Princess Consuela Banana Hammock. If you are in the market for some banana bread bakery, this would be your blend. So good. So good. You know, speaking of, I wasn't paying attention to my side. From Pharmacist's Daughter, I missed this one. This is Cashmere Plum Blend. So I don't know what's in this because it's just a blend, and the Pharmacist's Daughter probably doesn't know what's in it either. This was beautiful. Their cashmere oil is beautiful. Cashmere plum oil, sorry. I love it. I wish I knew what it was, because I would definitely get it again. But I would definitely get another blend that has their cashmere plum oil. Sorry that I forgot that. But made me think of it because I have some Scoopable Wax Melts, and I have a Scoopable Wax Melts scoop over here. So I warmed through Monster Cookie Fluff Puffs. And this tends to be a favorite with the masses, and it's a favorite with me too. Monster Cookie and Marshmallow Smoothie. This is just such a delicious, creamy, oh my gosh. Creamy, yummy, so authentic cookie smelling. It kind of almost smells like one of those like meringue cookies that are like fluffy and vanilla-y. So good. Definitely a repurchase. Monster Cookie Fluff Puffs. I enjoyed that in my bedroom for all the worms. So good. Oh my gosh, I do have a number of Scoopables. I warmed through a sample of Speechless, which is Satsuma Coastal Kale and Raindrops. This is a pretty popular blend at both Rose Girls and Scoopables, which their mom and daughter, they both pour. This typically isn't my kind of scent, but I actually really like Speechless. So you get that Satsuma. I get what I guess is the Coastal Kale. It's kind of like a green vibe, but not overly so. It's very fresh, a little bit cologne-y, but I really, really like it. And I think it's that addition of the Satsuma, because I do really love Satsuma blends. So that is something that I will purchase again in the future. I also warmed through a sample of Buffalo Plaid. And I was really curious about this blend. I've seen people talk about it. So this is Palo Santo, Cranberry Woods, and Crackling Birch. On cold, it just smells okay. It's definitely a woodsy vibe for sure. I don't get a ton of that Cranberry Woods. A little bit, I do. But I get more of that Palo and the crackling birch. I warmed this. It was 3 tiny little pieces. I put it in a hot plate next to me as I was going to bed one night. Not going to sleep, but, you know, up in bed, reading, watching videos, whatever, just so I can enjoy it, which I do often. I was sick during this time, and I just was not picking it up. So sadly, I hope I get another sample. I probably wouldn't just purchase this blend, but if I get another sample, I hope to get a better read on it. So yeah, I couldn't really detect it, but again, I was sick, and it definitely, I don't think it was the wax, because Scoopables just throws for me, and that's all I would have needed, sitting in a hot plate next to me. So just my nose, being sick. Also warmed through Banana Crumble Twist. And this is a favorite from Scoopables. This is ripe bananas with irresistible aroma of buttery golden crumble topping. This is such a yummy, yummy banana bakery. So good. It's my favorite banana bakery from Scoopables. Highly recommend if you get to try it. That's Banana Crumble Twist. And I warmed through Porch Chatter. And this was in a mini loaf. This is Dunk My Donut Sweetbread and Apple Cider Donut. This, again, I warmed when I was sick. So it came across to my nose as kind of light. But I could smell it. And what I could smell, I really liked. So I will definitely pick this up again. I just could not get the full read on it because of my nose and being sick. But like I said, what I could smell, I really liked. So I'm going to pick this up again. I'm going to check her Etsy shop and see if she still has some left. The last time I checked, she did. So I'm going to pick up another. Now that I'm getting better, I'm going to warm that again. Winter Wonderland. This I picked up in a D-stash. I don't have it marked that way, but I remember it was like a Santa Claus shape. So this says walking arm in arm in the forest with your sweetie on a cold winter afternoon. Sometimes I wish Kathy would just put what the scent notes really are. This was really nice. It's like a tree, like a winter air tree vibe. Really enjoyed that, and I would pick that up again. Hello There Pumpkin. This was also a mini loaf. Pumpkin royal sugar cookie and zucchini bread. I thought I was going to love this more than I did. I liked it, but I just didn't love it. It comes across as a very sweet scent, like a sweet pumpkin zucchini bread. But I like that porch chatter better, so I'm going to pick that one up again and warm that when my nose is full capacity. But hello there, pumpkin. It was okay, but I don't know that anymore. And then last, and this was good. This is Pumpkin Velvet Cake, and this was in like one of her 8-ounce bags of shapes. And this is baked cake made with smooth pumpkin puree. This fragrance highlights the natural sweetness of pumpkin blended with rich vanilla and a touch of spice. I did not get a ton of spice from this. It does say touch. It's more sweet pumpkin and creamy vanilla than anything. But I do get a tad bit of like what comes across as like a pumpkin spice or like a nutmeg. I really enjoyed it. I do think I have another bag, so I will enjoy it again. Pumpkin Velvet Cake. It was really, really yummy. From L3 Waxy Wonders, I have a number of scents here. So I warmed through a bunch of vanilla ice cream, candy cane, chocolate chip cookies. I will be honest, I really can't report on this because I put it in my crock in my small bedroom and I totally forgot about it. So by the time I went back and checked on it, the scent was gone. My bad. Cranberry Sugar Cookie Royale. This was a double pack of buns. I warmed this in my open space. This was very enjoyable. Really nice, sweet cranberry, slightly tart with definitely that bakery vibe from the sugar cookie. Very good. I like that. I like cranberry scents, and I like it with bakery. Speaking of cranberry, I did cranberry candy cane buttercream. This one was okay. Just a typical cranberry buttercream scent with a touch of peppermint. I did it in my bedroom. It was like 3 nice size shapes. I don't need more. I did a bougie bar of Alden Reef Mellow Fireside. I thought I was going to like this more, and it was just okay. I feel like the Alden Reef could have come out a little bit stronger, and that Marshmallow Fireside could have been a little bit sweeter. So I would not pick that up again, but I warmed it. And then last, this was the winner from L3. This is Vanilla Birch, Sugar Cookie Royale, and Zucchini Bread. This is currently in my bedroom for the 3rd day. Now, granted, I do turn my warmers off at night, and I don't have them on during the day while I'm at work. So it's only being warmed. I turn this on when I get home, and then it's being warmed for hours. And I go up for bed, and it's still going, and it's being warmed for hours when I go up for bed. It's doing its thing. I don't usually have vendor wax. I do that all the time. That's how I warm it upstairs when I'm going to bed. I don't usually have vendor wax last like that. This freaking scent is amazing. So you get the vanilla birch. It's a beautiful vanilla birch. It's yummy. It's creamy. It's tree. It's so good. But that sugar cookie royale and that zucchini bread, oh my gosh. It's not overly zucchini bread. You can tell zucchini bread's in it, but that sugar cookie royale really smooths everything out. Creams it up, makes it so vanilla delicious. This is definitely a repurchase. And I do think I have it in a scoop, so I will pick that up again. From Lavender Speckles, I warmed through a sample of raspberry jam. So I wanted to test out my new snowman warmer from, is it ScentSationals? I think it's ScentSationals, not Better Homes and Gardens, I don't think. I picked it up at Walmart. You've probably seen it going around on the internet because I've seen several pictures. But I wasn't sure how it would do. It's like a lantern-looking snowman that lights up. It kind of looks like it's a snow globe, but it's not. Which I'm happy about because snow globes are just so heavy. And they developed these air bubbles. And I was like, I almost didn't pick it up because I thought it was a snow globe. But it wasn't. I was happy to find out. But I wanted to test it out because the way it's made, it's like a metal kind of warmer. And it has like a dish on top of the what would normally be the wax plate. So you put your wax in a dish that's removable. Very shallow, so it doesn't hold a ton of wax. And then it has a lid, the lantern lid that goes on top of that has like small cutout openings around the lid. And then like a square opening at the top. So I wasn't sure how well it was going to perform. So I decided to put this in there to try it out. This banged. So I don't know if it was part warmer, part wax. Maybe it was just wax. Maybe it was just warmer. I don't know. I think it was a combination of both. But raspberry jam, she banged. This was included in Beth's sampler. So she always includes the scent by itself, whatever her sampler is based on. She'll include a sample of it, which I love. Because it gives you a chance to see what it smells like on its own. And this, you guys know I'm raspberry jammed out. But this was delicious. Delicious. Pumpkin Cashmere. So I warmed this last night in my open space. This is Pumpkin Pecan Waffles Cocoa Butter Cashmere. This, what it smelled like on warm and what it smelled like on cold was two totally different things. Although now that I've warmed it and I smell it on cold, I'm like, okay, this smelled like what I warmed. I didn't think that before I warmed. I don't know how cocoa butter cashmere normally comes across because it's not an oil. I may have had it in another blend, but it's not an oil I've had often. But this came across as quite lemony. Is that the case with cocoa butter cashmere? I wouldn't think it would be. And I think I looked it up online what the scent notes were. Definitely was not lemon. And I do get a cocoa butter vibe, so don't get me wrong. I do get that. The pumpkin pecan waffles was lighter in this. I definitely got a bakery note. Definitely a hefty bakery note. But if I didn't know it was pumpkin pecan waffles, I couldn't tell you that's what it was. I just got a very creamy, body care-esque, lemony bakery. And I enjoyed it. Like, I liked it. It was killing me because I was smelling it and I was like, I can't explain what I'm smelling. I can't explain what I'm smelling. But I like it. I like it. I like it so much that I would definitely pick it up again. So, as pumpkin cashmere, if you warmed this, let me know what you get. Because I'm just beside myself trying to figure out how to explain it. But I enjoyed it. And it was strong. She banged. She did her thing. This was Beth's olive oil formula. She did her thing. Also from Lavender and Speckles, I warmed through Christmas Cocoa. And this is a favorite from Beth. This is Sweet Peppermint, Vanilla, Dark Chocolate, and Cinnamon Sugar Donuts. This edition of the Cinnamon Sugar Donuts just takes this a step above all the rest of the, I mean, let's face it, the hot chocolate, marshmallow, peppermint scents, you can find them all over. And don't get it wrong, I will buy them all over because I love those kind of scents. But the addition of that Cinnamon Sugar Donuts just makes this a little extra special. And it's a scent I always have in my collection because I love it. That's Christmas Cocoa. If you have a scent, you have a chance to try it, it's a good performer. And last from Lavender Speckles, I warmed through Morning Pumpkin. And this is Pumpkin Pecan Waffles, Coffee House, and Sugar Cookie Royale. This was good, and I liked it so much that I decided to buy another souffle of it in Beth's recent RTS, or not RTS, Thanksgiving. It was kind of a Thanksgiving pre-order, very small pre-order before Thanksgiving. You get that coffee, you get that pumpkin pecan waffles. Such a good coffee pecan waffles blend. Like I said, I was going to pick up more because I really enjoyed it and it performed well. Not super, super overly strong on the coffee, which is good. It was blended really well. But then I went over my whole list and I was like, okay, this is just getting a little too pricey. I got Christmas shopping to do. I got other things I got to take care of. I got bills to pay. I got to cut some stuff. So this got cut only because I've tried it before and I wanted to try some things I hadn't and then get a couple of things that I just really, really loved even more. But then Beth surprised us with $4 soufflés. $4 soufflés. So needless to say, I went in and got this. So I have more coming to me. So that was delicious. Highly recommend. And then the last scents I have here, and I got a number of them, are all from Rose Girls. So I warmed through a sample of Cafe Disco. And this is vanilla chai, espresso, sugar cookies, and frosted cinnamon buns. This was okay. Very average kind of scent. I definitely picked up that chai, so if you're sensitive to that, which I am a little bit, you may not love it, but it performed a medium in a crock in a small bedroom. A little bit flaky. And this is cinnamon bear claws, frosted cronuts, and toasted marshmallows. This was in a chunk muffin. I warmed this while I was sick, and I did not get much from it. So I will purchase this again because I'm cold. It just smells like a yummy, delicious bakery. You get all those scent notes. I love that frosted cronuts note, but I definitely get that cinnamon bear claws, and I do like that oil. So I will pick this up again and, yeah, hopefully enjoy it next time around. Also from Rose Girls, I warmed Lick the Spoon. And this is salted caramels, apple cider donuts, sweet pumpkin pie, and whipped cream. I don't know if it was because of the age of this. I picked it up in January of this year. This was very light. I really was not getting a whole lot from that. So don't think I would pick that up again. Or if I did, I would melt it sooner. It may have been my fault. I may have let it sit too long. Coconut apple smoothie. I picked this up in a D-stash, so I don't know how long it was, but I picked it up back in March. This is green apple Gilligan's brew, which is like heavy cream and coconut, and marshmallow smoothie. This was strong. Oh yeah. That green apple note, super strong. You gotta like green apple to like this because this is green apple dominant. Definitely. It was okay. I like green apple, but I gotta be in the mood for it. It just was okay for me. So I definitely like a Mac apple, or like my favorite is Honeycrisp apple, but you don't find that in vendor wax too much. But you can find it in candles. So my favorite's Honeycrisp, but green apple is just okay. I gotta be in the mood for it. So that's coconut apple smoothie. But it did its thing. If you like green apple, it's strong. Cinnamon banana donuts. And this is banana bread, Dunkin' Donut, and Snickerdoodle cookies. I thought this was gonna be really good. And on cold, it smells really good. Again, I think this was just an unlucky draw, me melting this when I was sick. So I think I will try it again because it does smell delectable on cold. On cold, I get the cinnamon, I get the banana, I get the donut note. So I definitely get that cinnamon bakery from the Snickerdoodle cookies. And I do like her Snickerdoodle cookies oil. So I'll pick it up again. But again, I know, guys, broken record. This one I did while I was sick, and she still did her thing. So this is Peppermint Mocha Sugar Cookie Dough. You know, Rose Girl's peppermint is strong. So this is Peppermint Mocha Sugar Cookie Dough. This was just a delicious, outstanding peppermint chocolate bakery scent. It was so good. Quite strong. I really enjoyed it. I would pick it up again. Peppermint Mocha Sugar Cookie Dough. And then I actually have this going in my open space tonight. I'm finishing it off. This is Thwomp's. This is from her Mario collection. This is Pine Peppermint Sugar Cookie Dough and Campfire Marshmallow. So another peppermint scent with tree this time and marshmallow. This is so good. Very strong. On cold, you really pick up that peppermint to the point that it's almost nasal clearing. Because her peppermint is so strong. So a lot of times I avoid it in her blends because it can really take over. But when she has chocolate in her peppermint blends, a lot of times like a mocha scent or something like that, a lot of times I will pick it up, or like a latte or something, because that tends to help smooth it out. Or like a lot of vanilla notes. Tends to, not always. But that tree in there and that campfire marshmallow and everything just make it so good and creamy and yummy and sweet on warm. And that peppermint you could smell it. Don't get me wrong. You gotta like peppermint. But it really tones down. There's other notes start to shine. And I really like that. And I did pick up some more in her recent RTS. So I have more of this. Because I want to do more in like January or February. Definitely. One more I forgot. I thought I had more Sassy Girl Aroma in my pile. And I didn't. So I did a little sample of Autumn Linen. I don't know what the scent notes are. But this was like... It's definitely a linen vibe. So like a laundry, like a fabric type of note. Cotton-like. Definitely laundry. It's definitely coming across laundry to me. With maybe like a leaves. Kind of like a leaves note. So I don't know if that's actually the notes, but that's kind of what I got from it. I put this tiny little sample in my crock in my bedroom, and it did fine. It did a nice medium. So enjoyed that. Now we're done with our empties. So hopefully this video is not too awfully long. Again, I apologize. I did not go into huge detail like I usually do on what I'm smelling, what I'm enjoying. But I just didn't want to make this too long because I had been sick and I waited so long to film this because that candle footage was so horrible, as I'm sure you just realized if you watched it. But yeah, let's go into my favorites. I just grabbed a few, even though there was a lot that I did love here. But let me pick my SCENTSY favorites here. Those I didn't pull aside like I should have. Hi, Bubby. I'm going to let you out in a minute, okay? Just a minute, Bubba's. Look at Jersey over there. She's sleeping. She's snoring. Yeah. I haven't had dinner yet. It's 8:30. You're like, I don't care about your dinner. I want to pee. I'll let you out in just a moment, okay? Oh, yeah, that's definitely. Oh, yeah, that's definitely. I dropped him. Bubby, get it for me. Retrieve. Oh, you're not a retriever. It's a hunting dog. Oh, and he is a hunting dog when he's outside. Every time I open the door and there's a bird on the fence, oh my gosh, he goes ballistic. Ballistic. Cinnamon pine cones. This is a favorite that I just love. Yeah, it's a club scent. Marshmallow mint cocoa. I wish I could put this in my club because I love it so much. And it was a good performer. And spiced ember glow. Again, I wish I could put that in my club. I would say if you like autumn hearth, that of course is more of an apple. Well, this is apple too. I think if you like autumn hearth, you would like this. So they're kind of comparable. Really enjoyed it. Wish I could put that in my club. And then my vendor wax favorites. Sape Happy Camper. Oh my gosh, so good, guys. Such a good, yummy vanilla marshmallow scent. Lavender Speckles Christmas Cocoa. Like I said, that cinnamon sugar donuts, the addition of that just takes that a step above your normal chocolate, peppermint, vanilla scents. Princess Consuela Banana Hammock from Second and Spruce. I need that in my life, like, at all times. Glitterati's Our Happy Place. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Southbound's Marshmallow Bread. Those are my top favorites. Absolutely top favorites for the week. But I also really love Monster Cookie Fluff Puffs. And I think there were a few more that I really, really loved. The Vanilla Birch Sugar Cookie Royale Zucchini Bread from L3. Banana Crumble Twist from Scoopable Wax Melts. And Killer Kiss from Britta's, because I just really love all those too. So they could easily tie up with these top scents of mine. But I would say it was a good couple of melting weeks. But it was so-so because I couldn't smell everything. And you know, when you love scents like we wax seeds do, it sucks when you can't smell things at their full potential. Like I said, some things I could definitely detect. I just couldn't get them at their full potential. So it was rough. I didn't know what to do with myself. I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself. Needless to say, that means I have quite a few leftover scents in my November melting basket. Like I said earlier, I'm filming this on November 26th. So I only have a few days left to get through what I have in there. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. So I don't know how many I will carry over because there are definitely like pumpkin and apple scents in there. And in December, I moved more towards my peppermint and my tree scents and stuff like that. Gingerbread, those are my December scents. So I don't know how much will get carried over. It may just go back in my collection. But I will try to make a dent the next few days. I actually have the day off tomorrow. And then I have Thanksgiving off. And I have Black Friday off. And then I have the weekend. So that's actually a lot of time. So I may make a dent. Yeah, we'll see what I can get through, and who knows, there may be quite a few scents in my next Empties videos, but I do plan on my next Empties being only a week long, so I can talk about the scents a little bit more in depth, and not take so long in my video to go over all the scents themselves, just the names of, basically. So anyway, guys, that is what I've been getting through for the last couple of weeks. And I hope the next video will be better. But I appreciate you sticking with me. And if you haven't subscribed, I hope you will. Just hang out here with me where I talk about all things home fragrance. If it's setting my house, I'm talking about it. And I would love to have you here. Comment below what you've been getting through. Let me know what your favorites are of the week or the last couple of weeks. I would love to hear from you. And I will see you in the next one, guys. Have a happy Thanksgiving. I know this will not go up until way past Thanksgiving because I was sick. I'm even further behind in my editing. So I'm working on that. I'm getting to it. So this will go up way after Thanksgiving. But just know, I hope that each and every one of you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. You enjoyed some good turkey bird and good stuffings. And I will see you in the next video, guys. Have a great one. Bye-bye. When I'm sick, brain frog, I'm already starting.